So I'm up early to take care of some business with a good friend of mine, good everything of mine. But this is not what this video is about. The other day I was at work and I don't even know if there's any villages out there. Like, I think my era was the last village, like 80s babies and maybe a tip of some 90s babies, but definitely like my age on back. Like, if one of our parents saw us messing up, depending on who it was, you was gonna get an ass whipping. And they was gonna tell your parent that they whipped your ass, why they whipped your ass, and not only did you get your ass whipped, everybody who participated in the dumb shit, everybody got their ass whipped. And then you're gonna get another ass whipping from your parent, because your parent gonna be like, why you did that? Now you got me out here looking crazy. So you got two ass whippings. One from nanny, because nanny more than likely snitch and beat your ass. And you got an ass whipping from your parent because you done embarrassed yourself, embarrassed you and your parent, and nanny had to whip your ass. But nowadays, don't touch my child, and my child wouldn't do that, and just a bunch of silly shit. So I'm sitting at on post the other day, and I see a group of youth, a group of boys running. But I don't even know why I was thinking that, because I don't never see no youngins outside playing football or basketball or freeze tag, none of that. I don't know why I was thinking that, but I honestly was thinking they was horsing around like, like little boys or whatever, until one little boy ran into my building, and all the rest of them came to a halt when they saw me. And I was like, hey, what are you doing? I was like, you live here? What's going on? He was like, they trying to jump me. So I got up, I went outside, and it was like a rack of them. I was like, y'all gotta roll, y'all gotta go. So they just standing there. I'm like, y'all have to leave, and leave now. This is private property. Bye-bye. So I ain't say bye-bye, but I was like, you gotta leave, because you certainly gotta know how to use your words when you're talking to anybody, because nowadays people are real sensitive when it comes to words instead of going off facts. If somebody sit there and call me an ugly bitch or a bitch this and bitch that, I'ma start laughing, because I'm not a bitch and I'm not ugly. And so many times people let words can motivate you, and they most certainly can break you, but that's not what this story about. I know who I am, and I'm very comfortable with my skin. You can't just call me a bald-headed bitch. I know I'm bald-headed. I'm a pretty bald-head, but I'm not a bitch. Only time I'm a bitch is when I'm getting hit from the back by my nigga. But let's press the fuck on. So they eventually dispersed, but they was walking up the street like they was gonna wait for him to leave back out. But before all of that happened, he was at the door huffing and puffing like he really wanted to fight them. You know what I'm saying? I was like, nah. I was like, it's more of them. And I can't allow y'all to fight, because this is my property, and somebody hit me, it's gonna be a problem. And I don't care about your mama, your auntie, and all of that. And that's not me trying to be a thug. And I do not think I'm more than whatever. When I got that uniform on, I pretty much got the same persona with or without the uniform, but with some tact, some couth when I have the uniform on. So I was like, nah, call your peoples. I said, you gotta get your peoples to come up here and walk with you home or something. Because there's only so much I can do. I can't leave it off. I don't have the same authority off property as the police. So he was like, nah, I'll be all right. I'ma run. And you could just look at me go down the street. I was like, nah, call your peoples. So he called his peoples, and I'm talking to his peoples on the phone. I'm like, yeah, these boys trying to jump him. Where y'all at? Where y'all live at? And they like, oh, we across town and this, that, and the third. I said, well, he looked like he want to fight them. I said, but it's not one-on-one, and they gonna jump him. And I was like, I can't let him leave. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't have that on my conscience. And so I'm on the phone with my supervisor, telling my supervisor what's the tea and what's going down, and he's giving me instructions on how to handle the situation. But it was an aide that was there that saw the same thing I saw. So the aide was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and take him home. Y'all gotta stop depending. It's so many people that I be trying not to go back and forth with people in comments when they be talking about Obama this, Obama that. Why they ain't start some kind of act for opening up some of these recs for these youngins? Why he ain't donate his salary to some of these youth? He was here in DC. Why he ain't do a sipping pass or something? And we have to stop depending on these politicians. They don't give a fuck about us. If anything, if I had youngins, I will motivate my youngins to go into politics, because they are the biggest embezzlers. People who are in politics, they are the biggest embezzlers. They create these non-profits or these organizations, and they embezzle from it and call it taxes, or they make up something and call it. These people don't. Obama don't care about you. Kamala don't care about you. Trump don't care about you. None, even some of the local people don't give a damn. We have to start looking out for each other. Like back in the day, like I just said, when you see somebody, like I'm a single woman right now, and to God send me my God-fearing, good-looking husband who gonna. And if I come home every day and I see the same kids playing, I'm like, oh, okay, they playing, even though that's rare nowadays. And if I see them doing something, I should be able to like, hey, you wouldn't do that when your mama home or your daddy home. Don't do that. And they'd be like, yes, ma'am. Not get a knock on my door, talk about you talking to my kids like that. Your kids up here jumping in the street, then jumping from the street whenever the cars. I remember I was coming home one day and driving, and the kids just darting out and coming out. I'm like, why would you play in the street? Who the fuck plays in the street? We never played in the street. If we played in the street, it's because we would roller skating, skateboarding, riding our bicycles. No one said, hey, y'all, let's dip and dodge cars. Like some kids probably did, but I didn't, because I knew cars can kill, cars can hurt. But y'all get so sensitive when people reprimand y'all kids. Like I was looking at something the other day, and the time is going. It's this white man, and they call him Coach something. And he was reading his emails, and the emails is coming from these parents. I'm like, that's why the youth act the way they do. And I'm just going to go up and beyond and say that most of his students are probably white. He do probably teach a few black kids or Indian kids or Spanish kids or one part of the rainbow kids or whatever. Not saying gay, but I'm just saying any part of God's beautiful creation. But I'm going to say the vast majority of these kids are white kids. And the emails he was reading were very, very colorful and clever. But I was like, that's why these kids act the way they do. That's why this world is just going downhill. Like my mother's age on back, okay, it was like this. But nowadays, people are so sensitive. This is my girlfriend right now. People are so sensitive. I'm making me a video. People are so sensitive and all of that. Well, oh, she got the dog. She walking the dog. People are so sensitive nowadays. You can't correct the kids. You can't give the parents of the kids constructive criticism, because they want to be offended because they don't know something, instead of them saying, well, I didn't know that, and thank you for schooling me. They go on a big old ego, whatever. And I used to be like that, but I found myself being like the kids, the people of Israel, run around for 40 years, not listening to instructions and not just doing what God say do. So I'm the type now, I listen to constructive criticism. Hey, instead of doing it like this, do it like this. And hey, I got some advice for you. And hey, I have an open ear for it. And I don't care if you're 20 years old, 30 years old, 15 years old, 7 years old, or 80 years old. I'm going to listen, because I might miss out on my blessing. Or I might miss out on some type of knowledge going on that you spit, and that I need to gain for myself. But yeah, I was just like, that's crazy to me when that young boy came in there running or what have you. So you gotta do better with these motherfucking youngins. Y'all out here keep shitting out these kids, and it was a rock of them. They was gonna beat his ass. And I said, well, why they chasing you? I was like, you owe money, y'all got beef at school. He said, no, I was just walking. Not saying that his words are gospel, but he was like, I was just walking and they just started chasing me. I was like, I know you lying. And it was a rack of them. They were so angry. But you can't really blame them because I don't know what kind of parents they come from. So it's like a lot when it comes to, especially someone who's in my position when I'm at work. You can't be like, raggedy ass kids don't know no better, because you don't know what kind of environment they coming home. Mother might be a crackhead, that motherfucking boot, whatever the fuck they call it, alcoholism, might be getting molested at home. And that's why I'm saying y'all gotta stop telling y'all kids, shut the fuck up, sit the fuck down. You say that to a kid from 4 years old, 10 years old, 12 years old, 15 years old, all the way up. Then you send these kids into society and wonder why they can't function right. And that be the problem right there. So, and that be the tell your dog he don't want no smoke. And yeah, so that be it right there. So y'all gotta do better with these kids. Don't have kids if you can't teach them right. Don't have kids if you can't love on them right. You know, a lot of these kids, especially little boys, they come out here with mommy issues, want to be bitches' asses and everything not female fault because it's their mama fault. Their mama ain't love on them. The first person, a little boy or a little girl, is their mama. Let's just put it out there. The mama carried them between 9 and 10 months and breastfeed them. That's a lot of bonding time. So that child gets more bonding time than with the man. You know what I'm saying? They in that woman's womb. Then they come out and then you breastfeed, you know, hush little baby, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They changing their diapers, and when they finally do go and play on the playground, he hit me. You know, that's a lot of, you know what I'm saying? When some little boys and some little girls don't get that from their mama, they go into this world and have mommy issues, just like with the women, little girls with women. If you don't have no daddy out there holding it down for you, saying, you know, this is how a man's supposed to do this is how a man's supposed to do that, and they don't have it, then they out here looking for love and can't move a certain way, then they got daddy issues. So yeah, you ready, girl? Oh, that's you. Sexy. I talk to y'all